Hello, this is Jenny McKenna with McKenna Property Management. Today is April 10th, 2019. I'm going to be walking the property and explaining some things that cosmetically need to be involved in order to get it into a rent-ready condition. This property is 344 Gulfport, and there is quite a bit of cosmetic stuff that is going to need to be addressed. One thing I need to put up front and disclose is we do have tenants that have been living in the property, so there's a lot of personal property. I might be missing some things. I'm going to be giving you the obvious, and then when they move out, maybe at that point we can do another one and make sure that we catch all of the cosmetic items that we would need to do. First thing off is we're familiar with this floor plan. We actually have rented a couple of these in Green Valley, so we do know that they rent well when they are all fixed up. The flooring is going to be workable. This is a nice big ceramic tile floor. The grout will need to be cleaned. I normally don't recommend it. In this particular case, I do. I just feel like it is a little too dark and it needs to have at least one good cleaning prior to the tenant moving in. This room, in fact, let's just say it right now, every part of this house needs to be painted. So I'm not going to go room by room and say it needs to be painted. Let's just say every room needs to be painted. Every window needs new blinds. So as we go through, I'm not going to address that either because every window is going to need new blinds. So as we come in through here, we're going to address the kitchen. This kitchen needs a complete rehab. In the first video that I saw, I really thought that we could salvage the cabinets, but unfortunately they're going to need to be painted. The condition of the cabinets will be okay, meaning we can keep them, but they are going to need to be painted. Countertop needs to go to a granite. That's going to include a new sink and a new faucet, and then every single one of these appliances will need to be new. So they will need to be replaced. Up here, they've got the track lighting in, which is great. They eliminated that really low kitchen light. However, we're going to need to do a new set of track lighting up through there. I do like this dining room light, so we will leave that here. We will leave the breakfast bar with the granite countertop that comes out. Gosh, there's a lot of Apple phones right there. We also will do blinds. We'll do a new slider here. Let's take a look at the backyard. Backyard is a covered patio with nothing but rock and weeds. We are going to need to get that cleaned up. So weeds go away, weed barrier goes down. Maybe we put some rock out there, maybe a little bit of synthetic grass over to the left and then rock everywhere else. But a good sized backyard nonetheless. We have some serious water intrusion that has occurred in this ceiling. Probably super hard for you to see it, the way the lighting is, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots that my eyes can see that there has been water that has come onto this popcorn ceiling. So we're going to want to spray this popcorn ceiling with a new coat of white paint. However, silly to do that if we actually have an active leak. So that would need to be investigated and make sure that we don't have any problems with that. Fireplace surround looks fine. Fireplace itself looks good. We're going to come on in here to the half bath. These cabinets will be painted the same color as the kitchen. These cabinets will be painted the same color as the kitchen. I do believe we're going to need a new toilet. That is something Ron, the inspector, can make a final decision on, but it looks like it's not grounded quite right, so I'm going to assume we're going to need a new toilet. We're going to need to put new light bulbs in there, a new countertop, and a new sink with faucet in this room. Okay? Sorry. We will now head upstairs where it will be said that all carpeting will be replaced. So again, stairs, bedrooms, hallway, all of that needs to be replaced. So as we come up these stairs, anything that you see as far as holes in these walls or nicks that are coming up this stairwell, all that's getting taken care of when the full paint occurs. It'll be more expensive than a normal full paint because there is a lot of work that needs to be done to make the walls right again. This is a good sized bedroom. This is not the master, so this is a nice good sized bedroom. We're going to make sure that the mirrored closet doors are still functioning. If they are and not cracked, we will leave them. Corner window here, which is always nice. Of course, we'll put new blinds on, new carpet, new paint. Everything else in here would be fine. We'll walk over here to this bedroom. This is actually a hole that goes all the way through. So that's another work that would need to be done. We'll check the mirror closet doors. If they're not broken and they working on the tracks okay, we will keep them. New blinds, and this room will get painted. We'll zip over here real quick so I can show you that we are going to need bifold doors. So all this needs to get cleaned up. I would not trust these washer dryers, so I would do a new washer and dryer. I would make sure the hookup and the hoses are all good, especially since they're upstairs. I would put bifold doors on here and then clean all of this up. This in here, definitely new toilet. Serious amount of work that needs to happen for caulking, sealing up anything that we're seeing some issues with grout. We're going to need a new light bar. We're going to need a new counter, granite counter, sink. We can probably leave these. I'm planning on leaving these without painting them in this bathroom and in the master. So the two upstairs bathrooms, we can probably get away with just cleaning up these cabinets. This obviously will need to be readjusted. Oh no, they just have a bigger box in there. Once that's gone, that should close just fine. That way it saves a little bit of money and it still keeps the bathroom light. I hate going dark cabinets necessarily in secondary bathrooms because it does kind of make it look a little smaller. We'll need a new vent, probably for up there. Now we will go into our master. This master here definitely needs new closet doors. We'll do white raised panel, new blinds. Obviously, this is one of the other reasons I wanted to leave the cabinets up here, the natural wood, because that way we have less painting. Same thing in here. We could do less painting. Wow, no light bulbs, no nothing. Okay, so in here we'll leave the cabinets. We'll just clean them up with a really good finish. That tub scares me big time. I personally think that all that ceramic tile should be removed. I think that all new faucets and piping should be done, new tub installed. I don't know if I would trust going in and trying to do that. I think that the reason why we've got problems in the ceiling in that family room has something to do with the water here. I also don't like the way that this shower looks. It hasn't been well cared for. It is going to need caulking. It's going to need grout. So it needs all of those kind of things as well. So that is the master bathroom. Again, another hole in the wall. And you guys, I am seeing this with a lot of furniture. So I am only seeing the obvious. It's safe to say that we're probably going to need to do more. Baseboards, everywhere you see up here, probably should get new baseboards. If you're doing new carpet anyways, do the new baseboards at the time that you're doing the full paint and you're doing the carpet. I would do the baseboards downstairs because of the ceramic. It's really hard to always do new baseboards when they're on top of ceramic, but you can certainly do the new baseboards that are upstairs here. All right, it is super windy outside, so I'm going to give you a little bit of the scenario of what we need to do in the front yard, but you're probably not going to hear me because of the wind. So we'll talk about it as we walk out the garage, and then you can see Taylor will go into the back and then show you the front side of the house. So here is our garage. Garage is a garage. I mean, obviously it just needs to get what I think cleaned up and probably a paint job since we're doing everything else on the interior too. So here is the massive weed garden. So there is no weed barrier underneath that rock. So what would need to happen is all of that rock, all those weeds have got to go away, and you've got to start fresh with your front yard landscape. So somebody's got to come in, take it down to the regular soil, put some weed barrier down, put some nice rock in. The advantage that you have on this house is the house next door is extremely well maintained. Their front yard looks great, so that actually helps make our front yard look nice. So if we could kind of take a little bit of a look of what their yard is so that it matches our yard, that would be very helpful for curb appeal. There is a ton of work in this house. I am not going to lie. Most of it probably is cosmetic. You'll know from Ron's report if I'm wrong on that. I just don't know if rent-wise and full investment-wise, it makes sense to do something like that in this neighborhood. When if you looked at my report, I thought that this is maybe a 5 to 7 year neighborhood. So that is my analysis. Feel free to give me questions or call me with any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them.